Hey, hey, chalking friends. This is Grace here at Chalk Couture with the Comfy Nest. I'm getting ready to do a little project. And I feel like this project could be for your porch. It could be for your living room. Anywhere you gather with friends, your dining room, your kitchen, anywhere you gather with friends, the gathering place is the right message for that. It says the gathering place where friends and family meet. And so I'm going to be putting this, you guys, on the Odette boutique board. It's a 12 by 18 board, and the hanging hardware hangs it horizontally. So this is going to be perfect for this gathering place size C board. So let me get this camera down at the right angle. Oh my goodness. Hello, camera. Why don't you play nice? There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. So this is what I'm going to be working with. I also would like to add into this, I'm going to do it in basic black, really classic, very farmhousey colors, of course. But then I think I'm going to try to add in some of my Boho Flowers that I have. And these are some of my favorite florals that have ever come out from Chalk Couture. I'm hoping to work these in somewhere on the outside. But first, I've got to get those letters in place. I have the prize basket. So if we hit 25 viewers, I'll go ahead and be adding some names into the prize basket. The way that happens is the more that you guys do this, the more viewers we get, the more names go in the prize basket. And I will draw a name today during the live. So somebody today will win. It's got some names in it from previous lives. So I draw once or twice a month is what I try to do. And then somebody wins some happy mail from me. Some Chalk Couture happy mail, which is super fun. All right, I just want to get this feed up and running on my iPad. So if you guys have questions, comments, I can see them. There we go. I found it. Let me see if I can just get there. The comments. Hey, Lori. Thank you, Janice, for sprinkling. Hello, hello. Thank you, Susan. Look at that cute little butterfly. Hi, Sherry. You guys find some of the cutest emojis. Hi, Teresa. Oh, thank you for sprinkling, Sherry. I appreciate you. You guys, if we hit that 25, I'll add some names. All right, so my hanging hardware, I got to make sure, yep, it's up on the top here. I make sure I have it facing the right direction. I haven't used this one yet, and I do, this is the one, I think on the new catalog for this suite that came out most recently, I think it's on like a big aluminum washing tub outside with they're using it as a planter, and it's really, really cute. I just haven't used it yet, so I'm excited to get it on here. Create a little sign. I'm getting ready, guys, for those of you who are in the VIP group, my VIP customer lounge, I'm getting ready to post some new items, discounted items for sale for all my VIPs. And I'll give you a little hint. I'll give you a little clue. The stuff that was in the retirement, the vault that came out, the stuff that was in retirement that they just put out in the vault, the Boho Florals was one of them. And I have several of these that I'm going to make available. You cannot get them anymore, but join my VIP customer lounge if you are a customer only. Designers aren't allowed into other designers' customer groups. But if you are a customer, even if you haven't hung out with us yet, I'd welcome you to get into that VIP customer lounge. It's really fun in there. The folks in there are really welcoming and really active, sharing their project pictures and inspiring each other, motivating each other to chalk on. So I do think it's a super fun group. And I'm getting ready. We're going to play bingo on Sunday. So tomorrow is the last day to order bingo cards. If you want to order bingo cards and play bingo for chalk prizes. And the other thing is I'm getting ready to post some more discounted items for the VIPs. So make sure you get in that group. The link to get into that group is in the description of this video. So you'll find that later if you haven't joined it yet and you want to. I'm just fuzzing this a little bit before I use it. That's all I'm doing. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Trisha in Georgia. Hi, Donna Joe. I was thinking about you this weekend, you and your lovely daughter. I have not heard from you guys in a while. I hope everything's going good. I hope all is well. I see Lori's posts sometimes on Facebook, but I just haven't seen much of you. So, Donna Joe, I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Becky. Hello, hello. All right, let's see. I'm going to do this in basic black, you guys. I got fuzz and more. I don't know what that is. Like a little, maybe it's like a paste booger. Those little chunks of paste that come off of your paste jars when you open them. Now, my thought was to get this in place, and then because the way this is shaped, it's got the rounded edges on both sides. It gives me a little bit of space right here where I'm hoping to put one of these florals in here, kind of off to the side. Haven't decided. I have to just see how this is all gonna fit. So one thing at a time. Let's just get this on here. I've got a couple of pots of paste here, and I have an old one and a newer one. I might have to bust into the new one because the old one's getting, look at, I'm all the way to the bottom of this one. But I do want to do this just in plain black. Let me make sure I'm straight here. I think I have a big thread on the back. Yeah, I do. Look. Just a big, I do it all. I got sewing projects. I'm making messy bows with fabrics. I have fabric. I have chalk supplies. I have paint supplies. I've been paper collaging a lot with the Craft Therapy Club, so that's been fun. I love all kinds of crafts. I love them all. All right, we're going in. Wait, I got to get you guys more centered here. That's a funky camera angle, and I'm sorry about that, you guys. I am trying to make this more efficient, and I don't know. I try, but I don't know if I'm always successful. I'm at the bottom of this jar of paste, and the paste is still really in good shape. I'm just I'm like literally hit the bottom. I don't think that has ever happened to me on a pot of paste. I've been with the company for 2.5 years. I've had pastes dry up on me and like be close to the bottom, and I just throw them out and get a new one, rather than, you can reconstitute them, but it's a little bit of work. And I just figure, you know, as a designer, that's the benefit. We get a 40% off discount whenever we order, so I just figure I'll get myself a fresh pot of paste. But this one I've had since this one I opened in August, actually. Oh, I forgot the bottom part. I'm going to pull this up. Anyway, just before it dries, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. This is a neat font, you guys. It has like little, it looks like little pinpricks through the whole thing. I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to do the bottom. Uh-oh. Phew. Oh, I thought I would have smudged it. I want to dry all of this before I move on. So just give me a second to do that. I want this to dry so I don't smudge it. And then I'll do that bottom part. I call this paste and peel. I do a little bit at a time just so I don't lose the paste in the transfer, and then it won't transfer onto my surface. Gosh, it's really striking with the black frame. This is a really striking font. It looks great with this black frame. All right, here's what I'm going to do just to make sure I'm using those pots to hold up the transfer so I don't smudge anything. I need to get another squeegee. I threw the other one in the water already. Forgot that I had this bottom part to do. It says where friends and family meet. Do you guys feel like you're getting back to normal routine? Are you gathering with friends and family? I think it's different. Well, I know it is. I live in North Dakota, and it's very different here than it is in the states where my family are, in Massachusetts and New Hampshire and Delaware and all of those states, Pennsylvania. It's very different out there. So what are you guys feeling like? Are you able to gather with friends and family again? Or are you still under some restrictions where you live? Oh my gosh, is that pretty? All right, I'm going to put this aside and hang it off the side of my table. And then I'll just hold this up so you guys can see where we are so far. Hey, Tracy. Hello, hello. I do too, Susan. So look at you guys. Oh, Susan says, I love this transfer. I'm going to put this really close up. You can't really see it from really far away, but when I put this really close up, the words, the gathering place, the way they designed the font, it looks like it has little like pinpricks through it. See, it's got all those little tiny holes, and they're random. They're just randomly throughout the words. Can you see them? It's really interesting, really neat. But what I want to do now, so I've got this on here. I think this looks great. It shows up really well on, this is a chalkboard, meaning, and I'm using chalk paste, which is erasable. So you'll be able to erase this design off of here when you're ready for a new design. But I think it's really striking that it's a white board with the black paste on it. Normally black boards are black and then you have white paste on top. So this one being a whiteboard, I really like these, and they do have such a pretty unique shape to them, right? I didn't do any notifications, Tammy, so that's why you're not, you'll get notified if you're on Facebook and you have your notifications set to get a notification, then you would get one today. I did not send out a text today. I'm really struggling to get my stuff together over here, you guys. I feel like I'm really happy I was able to go live. So I'm sorry I didn't get any text notifications out today. Becky says, I love it so far. Oh, thanks, Don Joe. Don says, I love that. Hey, Denise. There's Denise. Hello, Miss Denise. Thanks for saying hello. All right, so what I would like to do, the Boho Flowers is a size E, so it comes with a lot of flowers, you guys. And like I said, this is a retired set, but it is my favorite floral that Chocotaure's ever created. And it comes really big. I have it all cut up, obviously, for all the little sections. But what I'm hoping is one of these sections. Oh, and this one has the little arrows in it, which is so cute. And it comes with an extra arrow that you can use in your designs. I'm hoping that one of these two, there's another extra arrow, either this one or this one, I'm hoping I can fit a floral in here and then kind of go up the side of the board. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm gonna take the hairdryer to it to let it dry a little bit more while we wait for that to dry. I can chit chat because we're chalking and chatting today. Donna Joe, they're so pretty. They are so pretty. This was the most recent vault that was opened. There were just a few transfers they made available, and this was one of them. So I snatched up 5 of them, and I'll be making those available to my VIP customers in that lounge. So if you think you want one of those, I'll be offering it at a discounted price for you guys in there. Make sure that you get in there. And make sure you have your notifications set, because I only have a few of them once I offer it out there and it's set, you know, they'll probably go pretty quick. I'm going to try to lift you guys up a little higher so you can see more of what's going on here. And I apologize for all the bumps on the camera. My kids are yelling. Why are they yelling? Oh, can you hear them? Did you hear them yell? We're watching a movie. I told them to get off the TV, number one. They went out to the hammock for about 20 minutes, and we are having a loungy kind of weekend. Gannon and I have not felt well the last few days. Gannon's better today, but I'm still struggling a little bit. So we've been a little loungy. We've been a little loungy at our house, and I think it's just carrying through today. They're on phone with their dad. That's what I'm hearing now. I can hear them. My husband's on speakerphone, and they're yelling. I don't know why they're yelling, though, that they're watching the movie. Thanks, Cheryl. She loves that transfer. Well, check it. Be checking it out in the VIP customer lounge. Yeah, I do too, Lori. All right, so let's see. Let's see. So my hope, I just have to figure out if I want to put it on both sides, you guys. I want to put it on both sides. If I used this one, it has a bunch of florals and then a little sprig of greenery going up, which would work on one side, right? But I would have to flip it upside down, which I can do and I have done to do the other side. So my other thought was, what if I just went in? This one is symmetrical. Has the big buds of flowers in the center, and then both sides have sprigs of green on it. So if I used this going this way, and then I just flipped it and went this way, I could get all of that on there. I'm thinking of light greens, and then for the floral, I have picked out a yellow, which I thought would be really pretty. So let me cut out, we don't need this guy, the little arrow. Whoa. I don't know where my transfer trimmers are. You don't need them. Couture has a set of transfer trimmers which have a really, really pointy point on them, which is nice for detail work and getting in here like this. This is the way I cut mine up. I don't take it off unless I'm using my rotary cutter. I usually just do it this way. So I think I'm going to try this one. I just don't know how much I'm going to fit on here, you guys. And I better be ready to fuzz this a little bit because it's brand new. Not brand new. I mean, I've used it. I just haven't used this section before. And this one is old. I've had this one for this set of florals came out, I'm thinking 2 years ago. It's like 2 years old. When it is very sticky. Oh, it's really stuck to my hand now. It fits perfectly on the fuzzing cloth. So let me get this fuzzed up a little bit. And then I'll probably, oh, here are mine. I found them. They weren't that far, actually. I may end up using my multi-tool for this because it's nice. It has a good fine detail point on it. And I want to get, I'm not going to fit all of these flowers. I'm thinking I'll just be able to get one in there. But I guess we're going to have to see how this works out. Okie dokie, Schmokey. Got that done. All right, I don't know. I just am not sure how this is going to fit on here. And it's going to be a little bit of monkeying around with it. Now, I don't need any of this side, actually. So I could take, this is like a backing sheet. It isn't a backing sheet, but it's like a backing sheet. I could take this and lay this down on here so I can move this around without worrying about it sticking all the time. And then I just have to work with this part. I think it's going to overlap the words just a little bit, but I think that'll be all right. Can I fit this whole big flower on here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. a little bit of work here. See, that would be pretty. I think I can get this whole big flower on here and then most of the sprigs of green. And I'm okay with them going off the page a little bit. So the question is, do I want to do the other flowers? I think I'll just do the big one. I have it covered up just a little bit with this piece of paper. So I'm going to fold that back. And you guys, that piece of paper, it's a piece of paper that was on the backing of the labels that I use in my printer to mail stuff out to you guys. So this comes from the, what are they called? The Avery labels that I buy for mailers. And then I realized that this is the same kind of waxy film as our backing sheet. So I hold on to some of these label sheets just for this reason, just to have them around. My backing sheets are in my office. So not close by. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use, I have a couple of greens here. I have meadow. I have to give these a stir. I haven't stirred them yet. I want to use a little bit of meadow and then probably eucalyptus. So these two greens. And I like to mix when I'm doing stuff with florals and greenery. I do like to mix colors a little bit so it doesn't look so darn perfect. So now I have daffodil, and like I said, I have to mix these guys yet, so just bear with me as I make a plan here. Should I do one more yellow though? If I did some bumblebee too, you see the difference in color? Just to make it look a little bit more rich. Oh, this one's really dry, you guys. Look how dry it is. I'm sure it's fine, but I'm gonna have to mix these up. So this is when it's handy to have your stir sticks, and they sit all at the bottom of my little accessory bag here. So here are all my stir sticks. So I'll put one in each paste so I can get them ready for, and I may even actually be able to use those stir sticks to spread some of this paste. So just give me a chance. Yep, that's mixed up pretty good. Like they're nice and soft. I mean, they look dry, but they're fine for spreading. Just got to get some water worked into them a little bit. This one might be thicker. It is a little bit thicker. I haven't used this color in a while. There we go, ready to go. See, that wasn't so bad. Now, this can get put away. What do I do first? I think I'm gonna do the floral first and pick it up. And then I'll do the greenery if I feel like I'm short for time. But I am gonna try to do 2 different colors here. Hi, Fran, how are you? Oh, good for you. She says, I'm traveling, so I'm catching you while I'm in the car. I assume you're not driving. Jenna says, I love this idea. It would be beautiful. Can't wait for the deal on the transfer. Yes, Angela, make sure that you're in there and that you have your notifications set. I took all the photos I needed. I have a lot of transfers to offer. Again, I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I have a big stash, you guys. So I have a lot of transfers to still put out there yet. See how I'm using this just to spread it a little bit? You don't have as much control. That's the only thing when you use a stir stick. I probably should have used some painter's tape to tape this off a little, and I didn't, but it's all good. I don't get too worried about that. I can come back in with a paintbrush or a Q-tip and clean up a little later if I get extra that I don't want. Painted yellow. Okay, so I'm just letting these 2 colors kind of blend in and meld together. And I think because I have the bumblebee on there and that one's nice and bright, at least I'm hoping that it's going to show up a little better because of it. So I want to get the petals come way far out here and they blend in with these other flowers. I'm hoping I can get them all showing up really well. Well, the dark, I feel like the bumblebee took over the color here. I'm not seeing much of the light color anymore. It just like kind of blended right in with it. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. Oh my gosh, it went right over. I did it right over my words a little bit. You guys will see this in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take another one of those sheets from my labels. It's just like a backing sheet. And I'm going to stick it behind the part I just used the paste on, the floral that I just used the paste on so that I can dry this without worry. Oh my gosh, you guys, it went just a little bit over my word from the Where Friends and Family Meet, the word where, but it's okay because it's a really light color and it's going to be just fine. You guys, I might put this thing in the sale too. In the VIP lounge, I might put this board in the sale with all the stuff that I'm selling as a finished item. So keep an eye out for that. Here we go. Now I'm just going to do these greens and then I will show you what I have going on here. So I'm going to use the stir sticks to put a little bit of green here and there on the greenery, on these leaves and these little sprigs of green. So I'll put a little bit of the eucalyptus and I'm going to take a little bit of this meadow. And they'll get blended in together when I come in with the squeegee. I like that look. I like the 2 blended together rather than just one solid color of green. I sometimes call this the hot mess. The hot mess technique. I just want a little bit of both greens, and this is running right off the page, and I'm good with that, or page. It's running right off the board, and I'm okay with that, because your mind fills in the blank. Your mind fills in, okay, like I can see that greenery, and I envision that it would have gone up past the board, right? Because we're pretty smart. God made us to be pretty smart, and we can fill in the blanks there. Okay, I have a lot of extra here. That, I'm just going to put it in the garbage because I don't want to put it in either one of my colors that it doesn't match. All right, I'm going to pull this up and you'll see it, and then I'll have to let this dry so I can do the other side. Uh-oh, come on. It's really sticky, so it's pulling the whole board up. There we go. What do you think so far? See, it went right over the word where, just a little bit. But I like that. I think that's super pretty. I think it adds so much. So, like, I love this font. I love this transfer, but I feel like that just adds so much to what we're doing here with this board. It'll be so pretty to hang on your porch, right? I love that, you guys. Do you like it? Tell me your thoughts. The greenery is so pretty. I love these Boho Florals. So I used these. You can come in with this because it's so pretty to do watercolor technique and fill in the blanks with your paintbrush and your paste later if you want it to be even a deeper color. Or you can just leave it like an outline. I like the outline. It's very bright because you have the white background. So it's showing up really, really well. Okay, so I want to do the same kind of magic over here on this side. My floral that I just used, you know, it's dirty. So I have to make a decision whether to just reuse it the way it is or to clean it. Now, the way I make my decision is I look at the transfer wherever there's paste and see if any of it's clogged. If it's clogged up, that means that those parts won't show, and there isn't a whole lot of that going on. So I'm going to just take my rag. So I have my rag here. I'm going to put a little bit of water just on my finger here. And this one spot where I have like just a little clump of paste, it's like a little, like, it's extra. It's more than we need there. I'm just going to wipe that off and see if I can unclog that little section. It's not enough for me to be worried about, but if you want to be sure, you would, if you really want to be sure, you would take this whole thing, bring it to the sink and clean it, and then come back and redo. Now, I'm not going to use this side again. I'm going to be flipping this and using this side now. So I have this big clean section of sprigs. I am going to reuse the yellow flower though. So that's why I'm going to give this a little bit of a wipe. I'm just using my rag, taking a clean spot on my rag, putting just a tiny bit of water on it. And I still have the backing on the back of it, so I can just scrub that a little bit clean in the places where I think, maybe there's a little extra there that I don't need. Okay, so I want this to be dry before I start using it, and it does have some clumps of paste on it. So before I even do anything and start, I'm going to pick up these clumps of paste. This is my scraper. So I'm going to grab those clumps and get rid of them. Oops, and now it went a little bit on my flower. And then I'm going to take the hairdryer to that because I don't want that getting anywhere where I don't want it. So I'm kind of like pseudo cleaning it. I'm not cleaning the whole thing. Like I said, if you really want to be safe, take it to a sink, run the whole thing underwater, and then you can come back and start all over again, start fresh. But because we're on live and I don't want to leave you here, I don't have a sink in here, I'm just going to make do with what I have. It's a little risky, but it's okay. You can erase anything if it gets messed up. Oh, thanks, guys. I see a lot of love it. Beautiful. Too cute. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this in the sale in the VIP group. So if anybody's interested in picking this up. Make sure you get into that VIP group. Okay. I think that's dry. I'm going to leave the backing on it regardless. I'm going to peel the backing off of this section because this is the section I'm going to use next. That might still be a little wet. Yep, hold on. I got a little wetness coming from my floral. I'm going to put this back on here. Right in here, I'm feeling a little wetness. And I don't want any of it smudging on me. So I'm just going to come in from the back side and get rid of any of that wetness. I think it's good. Okay. This is a little tricky, but it's like I said, everything is erasable, so don't worry about that. If you're working on a chalk board and you're using chalk paste, it would be erasable. So that's number one. Keep that in mind. The second thing is, if you just take your time, like think it through before you start in and just take your time, have a plan before you start, I think you'd be in good shape. I think you would be in good shape. Now, if I do it this way, I'm going to have less greenery than on that side, and I think the greenery is really stunning. So I'm going to pick this back up. Oh, I still have a little bit of wet paste. You know why I know? Because now I have a little yellow right there. But again, it's a chalkboard, and I'm using chalk paste, so it's erasable. So I put a little water on there. I'll just erase it off. not a big deal. What I do want to like really get this placement the way I want it though. I want the greenery to really, really show. Okay, so that's about where I want it. But I have to reveal my flower in order to place it down. Tricky, but doable, okay? Just take your time. Be patient with yourself. I actually really like doing tricky ones like this because it's so satisfying in the end to feel like, oh my gosh, I made something really pretty. And it's very comforting to know that it's erasable. So if something goes wrong or amok, like really bad, like don't worry about it. You can erase it, girly. Okay, so this one is not gonna have, it's gonna have just a little bit less greenery, but I still think it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna come in with my yellows using my stir sticks. And this time I'm gonna use a little bit less of the dark yellow and more of the bright yellow. Same squeegee. I'm just gonna start spreading this out. I'm hoping this will be a little bit softer color because I'm using more of the light yellow. And the edges, I'm just doing my best to get those last parts of the these flower petals so that they show up completely. I really don't, you guys, I don't get too worried about being perfect. I get a lot of satisfaction of homemade stuff, things that I've made, knowing that it's homemade with love and it not being produced like on a manufacturing floor. Okay, I'm gonna pull this back so that I can dry this. I have a little bit of the green, the eucalyptus green that came up, or the mix of the eucalyptus and the meadow that came up. So I'm just gonna erase that with a clean part of my rag. That's not a problem. I'm gonna dry it and then I'll do the greenery. So I'm missing one little part right here of my petal, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna try, I'm gonna draw it in with a paintbrush. I'll come back in here with a paintbrush and draw it in. I'm not gonna try to place that down again and do it. I'll just leave it, and it's such a fine detail that I can just do it with a paintbrush. Okay, make sure it's dry. I'm going to put this back over the floral so that that's protected. Just a little extra there. And then I'm going to come in with the greenery, and I will use a new one because I put the other one in water. I really like the combination of the light and the dark green, so I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm using my stir sticks to just place the greenery, the paste on top of the stencil, the transfer. And then I'm not trying to blend them. I'm just spreading out the paste whichever way it lands. That's why I like to call it the hot mess. It's like you're just going to get what you get. You're going to get however it works out. And I'm going to have a little bit of the small greenery showing, the small sprig, and the whole, almost all of the big one. And all this excess. It's best, this is going to go in the garbage, but it is best to take it off. I'm just like literally putting it up against the garbage pail, the liner. It's best to get it off because it'll make it a lot easier when you go to clean your transfers to clean them because you'll have less paste on them. Okay, here we go. So pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, let me put this aside. Okay, so I have a little bit of yellow. So this is just cleanup. I got a little bit of yellow here that doesn't need to be there. So I'll just take that off. And I have a smudge of green, which I always have my Q-tips handy when I'm doing this stuff. And if you just put a tiny bit of water on the edge, I just have a little bit of a smudge right there. I'm going to clean up. Easy enough to do. Because it's still, the paste is still kind of wet, so it makes it really easy to clean it up. All right, let me hold this up. Oh my gosh, I really like it. I was going to add fabric to this. Wait a minute, wait a minute. These camera things are gonna be the death of me, exhaust me. Okay, look at you guys. All right, let me show you. This is the side I just did. I'm gonna show you the part where I'm missing just a bit. Can you see right here? I'm just missing the one line right here that makes up that petal. I'm gonna do that with a paintbrush. But look at how pretty. Look at all those details. And this one doesn't touch the words, but on this side it does. It overlaps just a tish. But the yellow isn't, like, it's not overwhelming it at all. This is really pretty. Show me some hearts if you like this one. I'm in love with this. And my thought was, I think this is kind of like a black tie affair, like a dressy board. What I was thinking would be really cute if you want to hang this on your porch, especially. Like if you're going to hang it in your house, in your dining room, kitchen, living room, this might be just perfect the way it is. But if you want it a little more rustic and you want to hang it on your porch, what I would do is I would use the two hanging hardwares and I would string jute rope through those and tie it off in the back, and then you'd have a little jute hanger, and you could even, if you wanted to put the little wooden beads on them, you could, but it would make it a little more like rustic looking. But I think it's super pretty. I hope you guys like it. Oh, thanks for the hearts. I see some hearts flying now. Teresa says, love it. Hey, Teresa Hughes. Super cute, gorgeous. Thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. I was going to add some fabrics, but I don't think I'm going to. I think it's just really cute the way it is. And I love the yellow and the green. All right, you guys. So this, I'm pretty certain this is going to end up in the VIP customer lounge for sale. Along with, like, I'm doing the Boho Flowers. I have the Boho Flowers. I have the Anchor one that has a lot of nautical stuff with it. And what was the third one? The Lemonade one. There's a Lemonade one. Those were the 3 retired ones that came out in the vault recently. They sold out really quickly, but I was able to snatch up 5 of each of them. I think I have 5 of each. And they're all going for sale in the VIP lounge, along with a lot of other transfers that I have available. And I always offer them at a discount. So you guys jump in there. Thank you. Oh, Denise, thank you for inviting your friend. Welcome to Denise's friend. Who is she? Which person? Hey, Mona. Hello, hello. Yeah, so whoever ends up getting this, just keep in mind, because it is done with the paste and it's on an erasable board, if you claim this in the sale, get it at home, you're going to be able to erase it. Once you're bored of this design, you'll be able to erase it right off of here and redesign it with some of the chalk stash that you have. So I like designing on the chalkboards for that reason, because you're getting a designed board. And then you can erase it and redesign it later if you'd like to. Bonnie, well, welcome, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us. And Denise, thank you for inviting her. So you guys, did we hit 25 viewers at all? Let me pull a name. I'm going to pull a winner for chalk prizes. So where's my basket? Where did I put it? Hold on. It's underneath this stuff. So I have my prize basket. And what happens is every time we hit 25 viewers, I put names in the basket. So these names have been in here for a little while. I'm going to pull one of the names, and that person, if you're on, just make sure, a lot of you, I have your mailing addresses already, but if I don't have your mailing address, just private message me with your email address and your mailing address, and I will send you a little prize pack for a Chalk Couture. So the winner is Susan McMichael. Susan, this is from April. Susan, you just won a little prize pack, and actually Susan is one of my monthly kit subscribers, so I'll be able to send her some extra goodies in her monthly kit. So Susan, thanks for being such a loyal customer and friend. Anybody who's not in the VIP customer lounge, go ahead and get in there. If you are in the lounge, if you get value from what I'm offering here on the Chalk Couture with the Comfy Nest page and in the lounge, please be sure that you hit that button, because what you do is you help your friends and family learn about me, learn about Chalk Couture, and then they can take advantage of some of these goodies and some of the fun that we have over here too. Okay, you guys have a beautiful, blessed night. Thanks for joining in. I know Susan, she's like, yay, you won, you won. It's so exciting. It's always fun to win prizes. It's so fun. All right, guys, tune in next time. Make sure you change your notifications so that you can. Have a beautiful, blessed night and take care.